Hey everybody, this is Eduardo Fiallos, Coordinator of Client Education here at VolleyStation, and I wanted to take a few minutes here to address a pretty simple problem that can arise when you're scouting, but has a little bit of a multi-step process in order to fix it, and that's missing points. Let's say that you're in the middle of scouting a match or practice, and either you have to step away from your computer or something happens and your computer freezes, or something that would happen to me oftentimes is I got really used to not ending rallies when I would code practices, and then I would go to a match and I might forget to end a rally, award a point, and I need to go back and fix that afterwards. So I want to show you how we can do that. So what you can see here is if I have the match open, if I find the place where I need to insert the play, let's say that it needs to go in between these 2 points. I'm going to come over here to the options, click that. I'm going to click Add Rally, and I have a choice between before and after. In this case, let's say that it is in between the 2 points that I've selected. So I'm going to add the rally, or I'm going to add this rally before the point that I had just selected. So when I pick that, I'm going to be brought to this screen where I need to input some kind of play that happened, some touch on the ball. And so for me, what I like to do is I like to keep it as simple as possible. I'm just going to put in a free ball, and I'm going to make it a slash just so it makes it easier to find. And I need to fill in all 5 of the boxes here in the main area, but I don't need to include anything else. And like I said, I can just make this up. I just know that there's a point missing there, and I'll be able to go back and watch the video and figure out what exactly needs to go in. Right now, I'm just giving myself a placeholder that I can go back and change later. I'll confirm that, and now what you see is I have a point inserted here with that that free ball by home 0 inserted in here. And so now, before I get carried away and I start inserting all the other touches that happen here, I need to do something else. You'll notice right now that there is no score on this point that I've entered. So the point before it was 0-1. Let's say that this one was also for the away team, and so it's going to be 0-2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to Options, and I'm going to click Edit. And this is going to allow me to change the score. So I'm going to say the away team won, and the correct score should be 0-2. I'm going to confirm that, and now you can see I go from 0-1 to 0-2. Now, let's say that also in addition to that, in this case, it was a point for the same team that had won the previous point, so there's no adjustment necessary for the rotations. But let's say that let's say that it was a side out, and so one of the teams had rotated. If I click on Options again, I would click Edit Lineup, and I would use the Rotate Positions over here to either advance or go back 1 rotation, whatever I need to do in order to make it correct for what happened there. If I use the setter zone, it's just going to change the player who's setting rather than rotating the team. So I want to make sure that I'm using the rotate positions buttons here in order to fix that. Let's say that I need to fix a point or add a point, and then that needs to fix the rotation for several points to come. I would check this button here, Apply Lineup Correction for Next Points. If I do that, then the change that I make here is going to carry through for all the points that follow this. And so then what I can do later is I can find the place where I fixed the rotation and made it, had it go back to normal. And then I can do the same thing, edit lineup, change it back to where it needs to be, apply lineup correction for next points. If I don't have very many points, if there weren't very many points that passed between when I missed the point and when I corrected things, then it's probably faster to just leave this unchecked and change each point individually, or change each rotation individually here. So I would just skip down to the next point, edit lineup, repeat the same process that I did, get them in the right lineups or in the right rotations, click done, everything would be fine. So that handles getting the score corrected and getting the rotations corrected. So now that I've done those 2 things, Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding and editing the plays that were missed here. So most of these rallies, unless we're talking about a practice situation, most of these rallies are going to start with a serve. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit this play, and I'm going to now change this to a serve, and I'm going to make it an actual player. Just for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to pick the first people that are available. I'm going to make this an ace serve just to keep the rally short. I'm going to confirm that. Now I have this ace, and now I want to have a reception error after it. So I'm going to click those options again. I'm going to add a play after. And now I'm going to have away number 5, let's say, reception of a medium serve, and it's going to be an error. I'm going to confirm that. And so now if I wanted to, I can also put directions in. I could have done that initially, but I want to show you a reminder here that another way that you can add and edit these plays is I can go to options, like I just showed you, or what I can also do is I can double click in here, and then I can add the zones. Let's say she served from zone 5 to zone 5, enter, and that's going to give me the information that I need here. The other thing I can do is I can single click and hit enter, and I can change this from 5. Let's say that this pass started going towards zone 4 and then went out of bounds. I can do that. And so I've got multiple ways that I can edit these plays. I can also insert plays by highlighting the line of code before where I want to insert the play. And then if I'm on a Mac, I'm going to use the key combination Command I. If I'm on a Windows machine, depending on the size of my keyboard, if I have an insert key, I can just press the insert key. If I don't have an insert key, likely what you're going to do is you're going to use the key combination function delete, and that will insert a line, and that'll look like this. If I press those keys, and then now I have a blank line of code here, and I can put something else in. In this case, I've kind of painted myself into a corner because it's just a serve and a reception, but I can put in anything I want to, and there would just be an error with this particular line of code. Let's say I had A3 with a set error. Enter that. Doesn't make any sense in the code, but you see now how I can insert plays in between. So these are all the steps that you're going to want to use if you miss plays, if you miss entire points, things like that. This is how you can fix those, get your score fixed, get your rotations fixed after the fact. Always remember that you can reach out to me if you've got other questions or concerns, things that maybe aren't addressed in this video, and I'll always be there to help you out. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there.